All right, so what was your invitation to professional wrestling like? How did you get involved in it?
Oh my God, how I got involved. Well, you want to hear like the first?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So, I was watching this like match. You guys watch like any wrestling at all? No. You?
Yeah.
All right. Remember AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Iron Man match, Victory Road?
2005, 2006.
Yeah. I was watching that, and that got me. I was like, oh man, I gotta do it. So I was living in Brooklyn. I would go to Gleason's gym, Johnny Rods. Trained like pretty much all these guys, and everyone came out of there.
Taz, Bill DeMott, Tommy Dreamer.
The Dudley Boys.
The Dudley Boys. Yep.
So I go there, he talks to me. And
Damien Zavento.
Yeah.
Some pretty wacky guys.
Oh man. So like I go and he's just like, yeah, he was talking to me. He's like talking up his like world champ. I'm looking at the wall like, okay, looking at all these pictures, really not paying much attention. I meet the guy, I'm like, okay.
You're in his office?
Yeah.
So those pictures are all over the office. It's like a shrine to professional wrestling.
And he's just like, I'm Hall of Fame. Look at me, I'm Hall of Fame. I know I'm the man. I trained everybody. And I'm just like, okay. And I'm just like, I want to know how much it is. He's like, $3,000. I'm not even out of high school yet. I'm 17. I'm like, oh damn. Okay. So I take a walk down to like the river. I just cry my eyeballs out because I'm like, I don't got $3,000.
This is in Dumbo, like right under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah. Literally, it's like right under the Manhattan Bridge. I sat on this giant rock. I'm looking at like the skyline, and I'm like, where the hell am I gonna get this $3,000 from? So a year passed, I get like a job working, and another guy comes up to me. He's like, yo man, another friend of mine. It's like, oh, we're going out to Long Island. It's like $20 for the day. It's out around Compton. I was like, real far away. And I'm just like, screw it, man, let's go. So we go, and I'm there, and there's like all these guys, and I'm thinking, you know, everyone's gonna be jacked, yoked up, you know, super in shape. Nobody was in shape. It was just like fat dudes and skinny dudes, and I'm like super skinny. Anyway, so I get in there, and like I do a couple of things, and yeah, like had a match. Didn't know what to do, how to do anything. I just put something together for like 3-4 minutes, did it, and the promoter for the event had a school, like he has a school there, so we were there, and he's just like, hey, come down and talk to you for a second. So he's like, yeah man, you know, we want to trade you $70 a month, sign a contract for a year. And it wasn't like signing a contract, I'm getting paid. It was just like, all right, we got your credit card on file, we're taking $70 out of your bank account every month. And I was like, all right, cool. I was like, but like I live out in New York City, so there's anyone that lives in, like that works like that, you train here, that's from the city. So
carpool.
Yeah, they carpool, man. And he's like, yeah, I got somebody coming Tuesday. I had with that Saturday. I show up Tuesday, and I meet these two guys. This guy, Angel Ortiz, look him up, EYFBO. And
I've interviewed him.
oh yeah, so I'm with him, and first day I'm just like super intimidated, and we go through like not really much the first day. It was we do the falls, like the bumps we take, and all that stuff, and I'm just kind of observing and looking at this guy, and I'm like wondering what are his credentials, because I had never heard of him. So
this is the guy training you?
Yeah, this is the guy training me. So I'm like, all right, do the falls, man. He's like, all right, good. So he's like, I did a sun move. It was like an abdominal stretch. You know what that is, right? You know what that is. Yeah. So I do that, and then he goes, do that again. And I'm like, all right, here you go, do the move. And he's like, show me that. And I'm like, show you that? Oh, damn. I was like, I'm screwed. That was my introduction to professional wrestling.
So just to explain to people, because everyone thinks that like a wrestling mat is like light and fluffy, and that the ropes feel fantastic and they're springy and you bounce right off them. Can you just explain like how bumps feel when you first start taking them, and how the ropes feel when you first start bouncing off them?
All right. When you first start, you don't know what to expect. Think of a guy by a car. Yeah, really? Like if you fall on the floor, like it's just like if you fell, the wind that gets knocked out of you, your ribs hurt, you're like trying to gasp for breath. That's how it feels. When you hit the ropes, it's like if you were to hit like just rods, like ice cold rods that you just hit and you just bruise up. After a while, your body just calluses up and it's like nothing. You guys know how a ring is built? I'll give you an idea. Some rings are a lot easier than others, but usually it's obviously 4-post, traditional 4-sided ring. There's these catch beams underneath that flex, that kind of bounce, so absorb the impact. Then there's either 2x4s that are like 4x8s that are laid out planks, or plywood sheets. Plywood hurts more, but makes a better sound, but it hurts more than the boards. And then there's about maybe an inch of padding. So like, you guys do gym, have the gym class of wrestling, that mat is on top of that. Some places use just carpet padding, and that sucks. And then like a canvas, and it's just bungee to like the walls of the ring, and that's it. Some rings have a beam in the middle, so like there's like a catch, like a spring, and those hurt. Those do. Like you land on that, it's like hitting concrete. But some rings are usually built better than others, and you can hit, bounce, but it looks phony. It looks like it's gonna break. It's like a trampoline.
Mm-hmm. So you've been doing this you've wanted to do this for about 10 years?
Yeah, I got into it about maybe 6 years ago.
So, first 6 years under your belt, where do you see yourself like 6 years from now?
Oh man, hopefully somewhere big. I want to travel the world. Obviously the big goal is like WWE. Before that I want to travel. Like, I want to go to England, experience that. I want to go to Mexico and like learn. Like you learn lucha here, but you go down to like Mexico, you really get the culture of lucha libre. Go there, go to Japan and learn that style and learn the language and just travel and just like experience life like on the road, go to different places, and then hopefully like end up WWE.
Can we just explain to them too how American wrestling is so different from like the UK catch and like lucha in Mexico and like the strong style in Japan, and why you would want to travel all over those places before you got to the WWE?
Okay, so in America it's really like stuff is drawn out. Like the guys wrestle at 300 days a year, so things are done at a slower pace and more for TV. So it's no different from watching a movie or watching like your favorite TV show. There's camera angles, there's different cameras, and the guys play to those cameras. So everything is broken down from like an interview from backstage, a vignette, the way you walk down to the ring, the cameras that you look at. When you're in the ring and doing something, the ref will tell you, oh, we're going to commercial break, tone it down, do something cool, and then when we go back to it, we'll show the TV, oh, this is what they did, oh my God, we're back to the action, stuff like that. And like, if the guy's got a headlock on, the guy in the production will be like, oh, camera 2, get him. And the ref will tell you.
Faces and
so, hey, look, turn to the camera and do the emotion. The guy's like, hey, look at the camera. Stuff like that. And other places, it's not so like that. So like Mexico, for instance, there's a lot of flying around as compared to the US. American is more like you tell a story to get you kind of captivated, get you lost in it, to get you feeling sympathetic for the bad guy and for the good guy and the bad guy, like beating you up, and then you're like, oh man, I want him to come back. And Mexico is like a bunch of guys in masks flying around and telling the story.
Spots.
Yeah. Like, oh, arm drag, what do you do? Up out the ring, and everyone's like, oh my God, this is crazy, And Japan is more like a fight.
Strike heavy.
Yeah, strike heavy, a lot of, stiff slams. The ring is obviously, it looks harder. But that style came out of from way back when.
Oh, yeah.
Back in like the 30s, 40s, the mob used to go, Japanese mob used to go watch wrestling, and they thought it was real. So these guys would hit each other, like for real, to show these guys, oh, this is legit, and they would place bets and everything.
When they already knew who the winner was going to be.
Yeah, the guys in the room already knew who the winner was going to be, but yeah, sometimes, if you look back in the history of it, like if you guys want to look it up, like back before even New Japan Pro Wrestling, which is like the WWE of Japan, started, with Dozan, all those guys, JWA, they'll let you know about that. There's a movie out on them.
Yeah, it's great.
And this guy got stabbed, like in a nightclub, with like a urine soaked blade because he didn't want to like lose to one guy and money was involved in craziness. But yeah, but anyway.
And then England catch is more like technical wrestling.
Yeah,
lots of
holds, switches. Not a lot of like talking, communication verbally. Just kind of like, all right, hold, grab that hold. So it's more of a wrestling, mat-based style. And there's also rounds. So there's some companies that do rounds still, where like you do 5 rounds, 2 minutes, and whoever got like a pinfall, and then it's all added up at the end. So like World of Sport, if you guys want to look up that, Johnny Saint, all those guys, Robbie Brookside, William Regal, came from that.
So I watched about 20 of your matches yesterday, and I was telling the class, and I'm sure most of them didn't know who I was talking about, but I was saying like I'll spice it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like if like Tully Blanchard and like Juventud Guerrero would have like a love child, like that's where I would see somewhere, like in between that. Very crafty, but like you can suplex, you can strike, but then you've got like that like switch that when you switch on, you can speed up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I see from you. But like you said, AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels before, but who else do you think is kind of like a part of you?
Oh man, Randy Savage. If I could pick one.
Yeah, we saw the elbow.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels is another one. Bret the Hitman Hart. Even though like Owen more.
Mm-hmm. I think real wrestling fans always like Owen.
Yeah, Owen was the
Mm-hmm.
But that's like I love 80s, 90s wrestling. That like the colors, the over the top characters, like no, you would watch. And that's the difference, like American wrestling and like Mexican and like England and Japan. Now Japan is doing it more where there's more over the top guys. Mm-hmm. But like America, like you would hear like a voice and you would, ooh yeah, you knew that was Randy Savage. You would what you gonna do, brother? You knew that was Hogan. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So gotta ask this question because they were wondering too, and a lot of them didn't know. Like I was joking around before, and I did like a big boot to her, and I missed her on purpose.
Oh my god!
But like I did, like a slap just to like let them know like there's theatrics involved and stuff. But I said like there's a lot of pain involved in this too. So my question is like, why would you put your body through all this? Like, what's your motivation?
My motivation? I don't know. Someone asked me this a couple of years ago, and they were like, "Joe, you have blind ambition." I was like, "What?" And then I don't know. It's like something I love. I can't like getting in front of a crowd and having them at the palm of your hand. It's like you're performing. I don't know if any of you guys like do rap or do like street dancing or sing or act on when you're not in school or not in class. There's like an adrenaline rush I get from it, and I'll just do it as long as I can. But that's why, and yeah, it hurts.
So it's like I explain to them all the time, like their first couple of articles, they're probably not going to get paid for. Maybe their first 100, they may not be paid for.
Yeah.
But when did you feel like you were getting like what you felt that you deserved for wrestling? And then like, what's a high number? What's a low number?
Money
for a match? Yeah.
Oh man, low could be 40, 50. High could be 100, 150, 175. Well, then you do sell merchandise, so you make money off that, like pictures, t-shirts, stuff like that. Do
you remember like your first match? Did you get paid for it?
No, my first few years I wasn't making anything. Nothing.
So it's the same way, like you guys will have blogs and you guys will have, all of these places that you're going to write for to gain experience. These guys had to go through the same exact thing.
Yeah, you guys will probably be up late doing your articles and emailing tons of companies, newspapers, magazines, and you won't get anything back. You'll get one person and it'll be like, oh, it's just for like, free, or maybe we'll send you a gift card, or maybe you'll do this, So
I want to talk to you about that too, because it's like you have a full-time job, or you have another job that you have besides this. So what is it?
Personal trainer.
Personal trainer. So that actually works out man good, because you need to be in the gym, you need to be in top condition. But even though like wrestling isn't your full-time job, you want it to be, and I guarantee like you're constantly thinking about different things. So like during the day you're training somebody and you're telling them like, oh, do 4 more squats this and that. Like what's going through your head? What are you thinking about?
No, most of the time I'm focused on my client.
Okay, which is good. All right, so
Yeah, like you gotta be focused on them.
Uh-huh.
They're paying you, so it's like, all right. But sometimes like the gym will hire another wrestler and they'll come by, yo, Joey, and I'm like, oh, dude, let me talk to you, like, give me an hour. And you're like, but like, I won't lie to you when I say it's like it's on my head, like in my mind constantly. Wake up, first thing I think about, go to bed, I'm watching the match before I go to bed. You know, I got like a notepad and pen, I'm like, oh, should I do that, should I do this? I just did made my own ring jacket. So I bought this leather jacket because I was like, I'm spending money on a leather jacket because I won't buy a leather jacket because on camera it'll look like it, it'll look fake. Spent $150 on a leather jacket, then went to Michael's and spent like another $225 on rhinestones. And for a week, like just with glue, each rhinestone on the jacket.
The way you wanted it.
The way exactly I wanted it. And yeah, people were like, oh my god, the jacket's dope. I'm like, yeah, I spent a lot of fucking on it.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, your shirts too, you probably design your own t-shirts too, right?
I'm designing one now. I had one when I first started. And it was like before like people started doing t-shirts and then everyone started doing t-shirts. So I'm doing one now. Designing one now, so hopefully next month it should be out.
So he's like professional wrestler, personal trainer, fashion designer, researcher, historian.
Yeah.
It's all of these things that go into like creating the package. So let's talk about your character. Okay, the 5-star stud. Who is he?
This is weird because it started off where I didn't know what I wanted to do at first. I was like, oh man, I got all these influences. I'm sitting at home and I'm watching Ocean's 13. And they're like, all right, Joe, you need a catchphrase, you need a name. I'm like, oh crap. So I don't know. So I'm literally writing down everybody's catchphrase. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know, Stone Cold said so. Randy Savage, ooh yeah, Mr. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Everyone I could think of. You know, The Rock had a bunch of them. And I'm like watching Al Pacino, and he's just like repeating his thing, like his award that he wants to this woman because he wants them to win it. So he's like, Cinco Diamantes, the 5 Diamond Award. Don't you get it? I need to win another one to make it 5. And I just kept putting 5.
Glenn Ross, right? That's one?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
And he was like, I'm like, oh, boom, there it goes, 5-star stud. Right, so I'm like, oh, 5-star stud, Joey Ace. Oh, that's cool. And I was just kind of like at home with a pencil and I'm like tapping it and I'm just like, all right, I'm playing with a bunch of cards and I'm just like, I got it. Like, ace is high, bam, oh, diamond shine, place your bets on 5-star spell rest, bingo, boom. It's like everything I would say, like, even if I get lost in a promo, I would just go to my catchphrase and that was it. Because it sounded like a lot, I could pause through it, you didn't know what I was saying, but it sounded cool and it was catchy. Like The Rock say a bunch of stuff and you don't remember anything.
Yeah.
You just laugh.
Yeah, and then you remember at the
Yeah.
end because he goes back to the
Yeah.
catchphrase. So let's talk about that a lot, like the theatrics involved in pro wrestling, like the larger-than-life characters and stuff like that. Do some people that you know kind of like live their gimmick full? Do you think you live your gimmick full? You think you're a different person out of the ring?
I think I'm a different person. That's the thing. I can separate like, okay, home Joey and then wrestling Joey. You know, because there's other people you can just walk in like, oh yeah, he's that guy all the time. And that could be one of those guys that he's gonna make it.
Yeah.
You know, me, I'm more like punk rock, guy with a beard, long hair, bun. You know, so I'm not like that sophisticated, cocky, cunning 5-star stuff guy. I want to make me as me, and I feel more comfortable that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think you need to do to be as successful as you want to be, and how are you preparing yourself to do it, or how are you doing it now?
Well, obviously, work out, study a craft. But to you guys, because you guys are writing and journalism, be confident in what you do. Just be confident and believe in yourself and what you're doing and what you're writing. That's pretty much it.
How many people have told you that you couldn't do this, or no? Like you're like, oh, can I work here? No.
Oh my God.
How many no's have you heard in your life?
I get told no every day. You know, so I appreciate the yeses more with that.
Okay.
Yeah, but you gotta keep grinding. You gotta keep going. You're gonna get so no all the time.
So let's take us through like the average day of the 5
Oh my God, you really want to know?
From waking up to like a day you have to wrestle.
Like a show?
Like a show. How would that work?
Oh man, so we'll probably if it's a Saturday, probably waking up at 4 a.m. Get my stuff together, go to the gym, train a couple of clients because I don't sleep, and then eat, work out. If it's winter, go tanning. If it's not, I'm on the sun deck somewhere in my gym. Then get my stuff ready and go to the show, grab something to eat, get changed, get like another workout in around the ring, in the ring, get myself warmed up, get myself all ready, go to the person who I'm working with, you know, tell him to beat his ass, and then wait around till the show happens, go in the ring, beat his ass, and then chill out for a little while, wait till everybody leave, go home, and then I'm not sleeping until like 3 a.m. because I'm all like revved up, like, oh my god, that was awesome.
So Warriors has picked up a lot of steam over like the last 2 years. It's gone from like this little indie promotion to like this bigger indie promotion that like branches out. You guys are getting top flight talent from all over the place.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be a part of that and the
man,
growth of it?
That's cool, man. It's because you get all these different guys and different experience, and they come in and they talk to you. You know, you pick their brain, you get to know like what they're about, how they got in, what to do differently, their particular stuff, you know, and all that stuff. So it's good, and they do seminars when they come.
So last question from me. I was just watching the Seth Rollins like reclaim, rebuild, redesign thing, and he tells a great story about AJ Styles. How he had a match with AJ Styles when he was 19, and it went really well. And then after they went to go get something to eat, and when the bill came, Seth Rollins was going to pay like for his part, and AJ's like, nah, like I got you, and then the next time you do it for somebody else. Like and Seth Rollins like never forgot that. So have you had a moment with somebody where you were like, wow, okay? Or not had a moment?
No, I haven't had that moment.
Or been disappointed in somebody and something like that?
Oh man, I don't know how many times I've been disappointed. I'll have you here for like the whole day to tell you stories.
If you can give us one, that would be great.
Oh my god. I guess it's that first one where I put the guy in a hold. He was like, how you do that? And I was like, what? That's when it started.
So you never went back to Johnny Rods?
No.
No?
No, never went back.
I mean, is that a regret or?
No.
Okay.
Don't regret it.
Because I know a lot of people that have been trained by him, and they were like, yeah, like I got trained by him for a reason, you know? So you're happy with the way you were trained and everything?
Well, I guess yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, last question. Now this is my question. So, like, I love the stuff that you do, the super kick, the blockbuster, the elbow drop. Is that like your perfect world moveset, or if there was like something else that you could do?
I want to add some more stuff to it.
Like what?
Oh my god. So like, you seen that Will Ospreay ricochet?
Oh.
Yeah, right?
I said
I gotta get to Brooklyn Zoo and do some backflips.
Like, yeah, they're insane. It's like Nightcrawler.
No, yeah. It was like watching two superheroes go at it. Yeah.
Let's see. What do you guys
Yeah, what
have?
do you guys got? You've been writing down a lot over the years.
So I'm going to explain how the rings are made. Depending on how the rings are made, do you decide what moves you're going to do so you can hurt yourself?
Good question. Yeah. Sometimes the ropes are bad. Sometimes usually the ring is built with like underneath catch cables, and they tighten it up so the ropes on the top don't bow the ring post in. Sometimes they don't have those, and the posts bow in, and the ropes are just like loose. So like, okay, try not to do a flip or whatever, hit the ropes. Springboard things off the ropes because you kind of keep them more mat based, so you gotta change up.
Okay. Good, Bob.
Is there anybody that you would want to meet like at the WWE today?
Like
back then?
Like wrestle back then or now?
What's like wrestler like pick their brain?
Pick their brain.
Oh man, Randy Savage. And they go back in time and just be like, yo man, so like, what you do? How'd you do it? Well, in this situation, what would you do? You know, like, that answer your question.
What is your workout routine like?
Oh man, it varies differently, like from week to week or month to month. If I want to cut down, I'll do more high reps and like lower weight. If I want to like get a little bigger, I'll just put more weight, less reps, eat more. It's different.
How much cardio is involved?
Oh my God, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of cardio.
Like how, if you use like the Stairmaster or the elliptical, like how often, like how long do you go on?
Like 10 minutes on the Stairmaster.
Mhm.
Then I get bored though, so I'm running in burpees and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm more of like I gotta move around. I can't just like run. You know?
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Got
So what was your favorite match and why?
My favorite match? Oh man, that's hard. Man, if I had to pick one, I had to pick one. It's like that Ricochet match. Like,
That was an insane
Oh,
match. You
man.
guys must watch that if you're gonna write about him. 'Cause
if I had a favorite match, man, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, the Iron Man match from WrestleMania 12. Yeah, they told a great story. But yeah, that one. And it was two like polar opposites, which was funny because one guy was like, if you look at him from like the outside looking in, never watched wrestling, Shawn Michaels looked like a Chippendales dancer. And then the other guy was trying to play like real hard, like Bret Hart, like I'm the man, but he wore pink and a leather jacket.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But the match is dope. The match was awesome.
One more. What was your favorite match you were part of?
My favorite match I was a part of. Oh, when I won the Warriors of Wrestling No Limits Championship.
Oh, okay. I watched that. Before.
Yeah. The reason why was it's a little bit more emotional more than the match. My mom had passed away earlier that year, and it was the night before her birthday. So it was just like, I was like, oh man, that felt good. But the circumstances in that whole day was like weird. It was funny.
How did your mom feel about like your wrestling? Was she a supporter?
Yeah.
She watched wrestling.
No, yeah, she loved it. That's like my first match I ever watched was with her, and it was like Sting versus Nikita Koloff.
Nice.
Like,
Old school NWA.
yeah, man.
Nice. Yeah, very cool.
Do you have any war wounds?
War wounds? No, I got war feels though. Like my leg, like I got suplexed on the floor one night, about like a few years ago, and did something while I was outside the ring. Friend grabs me, suplexed me off the guardrail. We missed the padding and I just floored. I was like, what is this? Smack? And like my right leg just went numb. Couldn't get up. I was like, oh shit, what's going on? And I was like just crawling to get on. And it still bothers me. Like from 3 years ago, yeah, it's still like, it's funky.
Good, Champagne.
If you could pick the perfect like wrestling dream team, 3 people, who would you pick?
As in like to do a match?
Yes.
Oh man. A triple threat match. We'll probably have Shawn Michaels, Randy Savage, and Seth Rollins.
I like it.
Yeah.
Be fast-paced.
Yeah, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool.
But why? Like, what qualities do you think?
Oh, what qualities? All right. Savage is different, and he was a brawler, but he could jump. He could do some cool stuff, and I could see him working some stuff in with like Seth Rollins, who just ran around and like does all the cool stuff, but looks mean. Michaels is just like
The whole package.
the whole package, could do everything, and could really like convey emotion. If like
Let's talk about that a little
Yeah.
bit. Because I mean, this guy can throw moves out of like nowhere and stuff, but he understands too that he's telling a story in the ring. So like he was talking before about the faces that he makes during the match stuff. We want to just talk to them about like how important it is, bless you, to tell a story and how one tells a story when in the ring.
all right, give you an example. So let's say you never watch wrestling and a friend comes by and is like, I'm gonna put it on. And you guys never watched wrestling before and I'm gonna do a match. You would tell right off the bat if I'm a good or a bad guy by the way I walk, the way I carry myself, my looks, the way I would probably flip my hair or turn and look at you. You would know this guy's a scumbag. And then you would know right off the bat who the good guy would be. Just again, the way he moves, the way he goes. And it just breaks down the different facial expressions, different moves, different the way you kick, the way you punch, the way you look at the referee, so you have to do something. And you do it anyway, and you're like, oh, and just like the build-up of beating that down the good guy, and then having him come up a little bit and kind of get your hopes up a little bit, and then come back down. Get your hopes up, come back down. get your hope up, oh man, he's getting, and you're getting excited, and she's getting excited, she's like, yeah, and then I cut it back down again, and everything's like, and you're like, oh my God, like that. Just having a roller coaster ride. Kind of like when you guys tell your stories too, retro articles.
Got it.
Alright, so I have a few questions. I want to go from the start. You said that when you first wanted to get into wrestling and try to attend like a school for it, the package was $3,000. So is that $3,000 for a certain amount of time or a certain instructor just, or like what does it include?
It was just $3,000 and you got trained, and then you got to go there for a lifetime. Plus $75 for Gleason's gym, the dues to go into the gym. So there was no set, he didn't explain a set curriculum to me, I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, I've interviewed him before in there, and
Yeah,
I've seen him talk to people, and he does the same thing. It's like this month, this flat fee, and then you pay per month to stay in the gym, and that's it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there was no like, all right, this is what are your goals? What do you want to do? Like when you're a personal trainer, someone comes to you and I ask, what are your goals? What do you want to do? Why do you want to do it? How long do you want to do it for? What do you think you can afford? Et cetera, et cetera. There wasn't any of that.
See, because and sorry to interject, but it's like when you have he's a personal trainer, what does he want? He wants to have a repeat customer. He wants to make someone feel comfortable, and he wants them to stay. Because most people, how many of you guys go to the gym the first 3 weeks in January, and then you don't go back, and you're still paying, and you're like, oh, I gotta go back. A personal trainer doesn't want that. A personal trainer wants you to enjoy the time with them. So it's like a lot of wrestling trainers, not all of them, but a lot of the old school ones, they know that if they charge like a month-to-month thing, the guy's gonna go for like the first 2 weeks and then stop. So one or two things is going to happen when you get somebody and you charge them $3,000. They're going to be really serious, or they're going to be so like done after the first couple of times that they're gone, they're not going to come back, and they're just going to eat the rest of the money. They're going to be like, all right, whatever, I'm out $3,000. So depending on who trains you, you're going to get a different experience too. So it seems like here that he definitely picked the right trainer, the trainer that he wanted, and he got what he wanted out of it. But some people are different. So again, same thing with the personal trainer. Some personal trainers aren't for everyone, and then some are. So again, the thing that sucks about it is it's a business.
Yeah.
So you have to run it like a business. The same way he's selling merch, he's doing all of these things. His time is worth a certain amount of money, and he has to maintain that at all times. He has to always constantly remember that he's there to make money and to get repeat customers, to get people on YouTube watching and stuff, to get promoters to be like, who is this guy? Repeat. You know, every day it's a grind. Go ahead.
Okay, so you said that right after that you got a job. Was that the job as a personal trainer?
I was working at Abercrombie and Fitch.
You just like worked out on the floor like full time?
Yeah, pretty much. They had me like the thing room.
Okay. No, we went to the gym when he wasn't at Abercrombie and Fitch.
Then I like it was about maybe a year change later. I met this guy and we just hit it off, and then we're like, all right, come to the gym. And it was across the street. It was like New York Sports Club. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then like he was like, all right, I'll hire you.
So my other question is, before we were talking a little bit more about the ring that you play in, excuse me, I don't know the terminology, but when you work at the next level, is there sort of a regulation for what the ring has to be made of?
No.
It varies the same way it does now?
Yeah, well, if you're like in a big company, it's usually the same ring. So you just know their ring and they'll train you in their ring. So like you get the feel of that ring.
Absolutely. I'm sure if you ask anyone, like a TNA ring feels much different from a WWE ring, because you have it's a 6-sided ring.
Yeah.
You know, so go ahead.
Okay. So when you first were at WOW, did you feel like there was a variation between the prior experience of the other wrestlers that you were working with, especially the ones who came in around the same time as you? Like, did you feel like they were all new, they all had been at this a long time? Like, did you have anything in common with them in that way?
No. I didn't know anyone when I got in there. So getting to know everyone was a little strange, because I came from where you constantly see everybody every day. Now you come in a new place and you don't know you just kind of meet everyone, hey, how you doing? And then you kind of build on that. But usually, like when you're back there, you kind of befriend people more outside of it. Like when you guys are at like, a diner eating, then you get to know them. But when you're there, you kind of, it's too much going on.
before we get to Champagne.
No, wait, I still have more.
Okay. Wait, we gotta get to everybody. I want to just explain. I want you to explain one more thing to everybody. Like the trust you have to have with someone that you're in the ring with. Like even if you don't like them as a person,
Yeah.
you have to have a trust with each other.
Yeah, you gotta trust the other person you're in there with because you're dancing with them. So you want to make sure your stuff looks good, and then their stuff looks good. So you guys make some magic. You gotta keep it professional, whether you like them or not, whether you have a beef, something happened, whatever. Just go in there, all right, man, we gotta have the best match possible. That's it. That should be the goal. You're at work, so work. Yeah.
So I remember when I interviewed Johnny Rods, he actually, the first question he asked me, he wouldn't let me turn my recorder on for like 2-3 hours. He was like testing me.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But he was like, what's the most important part of a wrestling match? And I was like, the story. So he goes, good. He was like, you'd be stupid if you said who won.
Yeah.
So you want to just explain to them that like it doesn't really matter who wins a match?
Man, that you say that, I think the most important thing of a wrestling match is to win, because it's wrestling. You are trying to, like, the root of it is wrestling. So you're trying to pin the person down on the mat for a 3 count, or you're trying to make that person submit. You want to win. So your story is to win. However you get to that, you know, from point A to point B, is however you want to tell that story.
So have you ever lost a match and really won it though? When you think about it, like in terms of storyline development and things like that?
Yeah, like you go in there, you're the loser, and you get up and everyone starts clapping, and you're like, yeah, you won.
Good Champagne.
You stole one of my questions.
Oh, okay.
But it's okay.
Okay, good. Baroa?
So, no,
Oh.
okay, and I have more.
Go ahead.
Okay.
And then we'll get back
Her
to
name's Champagne.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So,
Go ahead.
if you could pick anybody in the WWE to have a match against, if that you haven't already, who would it be
Oh
and
man,
why?
why? John Cena. Because he's the man. He's the top guy. One,
He'll push you over.
yeah. No, not him.
That's his job, right?
Not that. It's you're gonna learn a lot from him. And what situations to do what in. So you wanna be with the top guy, the best person you can be in there with, so it can elevate your game.
And my next question is, has there been anybody in WWE? Oh, what?
Good, good.
Oh, okay. Has there been anybody in the WWE that you met that you expected to be one way and it was like the complete opposite?
Oh, we're in a shoot now.
Oh man. Well, this is when I was like really young. I was in Madison Square Garden. I must have been like 11, 12. And I wanted Bob Backlund's autograph, and it was like $10. And I was like, I'm 12. I got $10 in my pocket. Damn. I thought you were cool. Glad Diesel beat your ass.
Oh my God.
Yeah, back that to me. Yep.
Wow. Okay, Baroa, and then
Aside from your ground moves, are you a high flyer?
Not really. I'm scared to jump that high and not having anyone catch me. That floor hurts. Like I was telling you.
Another question. When it comes to like aside from like the whole day preparation, when it comes to right before your match, what are you doing? Are you meditating? How long does it take you to get into
Water.
aside from hydrating, but how long does it take you to get into your character and to focus?
Maybe like 30 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
it's like a switch.
Yeah,
Does
like
that
a
sound like
switch.
a ritual that you guys do, like for
No.
yourself or something?
Nah, like I put everything on. I usually just roll my knee pads up, throw on my jacket, jump up, smack my face a little bit, throw the water on my head, hear the music, wait for the cue, and then pop out.
What's your theme song?
In the city by Kevin Rudolph. So it's like, and then like the bass drops and that's when I pop out.
Cool. Good, Bob.
Um,
And then Loft, and then Brittany, and then
about
Jackie.
I don't know, should I say escort?
Valet.
The valet.
Valet. Yeah, an escort, I mean, that's...
I'm like, wait, what is he asking?
So,
I was like, I'm not an escort.
no.
You're a valet.
Oh,
Yeah, about the valet, do you choose it or do they?
I chose that
Okay.
that time, yeah.
Okay, and
I don't have one anymore though.
okay. How did you say like she like made part of like the whole persona, like the 5-star?
Like how I don't get what you.
How she played a role in
She played a role.
developing your persona.
Oh, it just
and your
made-
character.
It just added to the like the. I was trying to go for like being the annoying couple everyone hated. So it was just adding to it, like that whole.
Yeah, very mushy.
But not mushy. It was more like if you were walking down the halls and you saw that couple, but they don't make out, but they're just like snobs, like that.
I saw one match where like you got out of the ring and you just like tap kissed her and then you went back in. And I'm like, exactly that thought like that's
you go to play football and like you go like I'm gonna make this catch and you go to your cheerleader girlfriend like, hey, wish me luck, babe.
oh my god.
And then you make it and then you're like, this freaking guy.
Who's guys?
Okay. So what are the margins on the merchandise you sell, like the shirts?
Oh man, it could vary from show to show. Sometimes you could like sell 2 shirts, sometimes you sell 3 or 4. Sometimes like you sell a bunch of pictures too. So when I was with my ballet, like we would do sell a lot of pictures, and then guys would go, creepy looking guys go up there, and give $10, take a picture, and it was just her, and she would bank it.
Are the promos that you do they have, like, you guys just make it up as you go along, or they're scripted?
Make it up as you go along, hit bullet points, some are scripted. Like I got some stuff coming up and I'll have like bullets and I'll write. So like if I'm doing a week, like each week I'm doing something, I have an end point of what I want to say at the last video and I just kind of lead it so it opens to the last one. I try to kind of make a persona out of it.
And my last question is, so wrestling is something where you say that you get hurt so often, so do you have some other plan for when you're finished with this part of the physical part of it? Is there another part of wrestling you want to get into, or something else you want to do in the future?
Writing like the
what kind?
storylines.
Oh, for wrestling?
Yeah, helping out backstage with like guys produce their matches.
How far did you get in school?
Oh, I tried to do a semester in college and I was like,
Where?
like Brooklyn, but I was like, I'm done, I don't want it.
And did you select a major?
I wasn't even, like, I was there and I was just like, ugh. I was like liberal arts. And because I wanted to be a personal trainer. So I was like, I'll go to school for that. And then I got the job as a trainer and it was like,
Doing it already.
yeah, I'm doing it already. So let me just like do all my certifications and do all that. So yeah, but eventually I would want to go back and probably exercise science.
Jackie?
Okay, I'm hearing a lot about like you're flying in there now, and there's anything that you're afraid of, like any type of match, like a cage match, or kind of like something that you're afraid of doing. I heard that you said you're afraid of heights. Yeah. Is there anything?
Anything that requires any kind of like me getting cut up. So like if I'm the one with like hardcore matches with like light tubes and everything, I don't know. I don't know if any kind of money would have me.
Have you worked with like chairs and stuff?
Yeah, I've done that. That's fine. But any kind of other stuff, for like I'm falling in barbed wire, like.
They know tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to get in a frame of mind for that. Like now we talk about getting ready. Like, man, I'm about to like land on some thumbtacks. Oh damn! I probably wouldn't want to talk to anyone. I'll probably be up to myself, getting myself amped up and getting into a weird state of mind where I'm going to do damage to my body.
Older?
On average, how many matches a month do you participate in?
Maybe like 4. Sometimes I'm like the month I just do like maybe 2. Well, my goal is to do like 8.
Well,
Yeah, one more. So when you have a match with someone, do you just rehearse with them the day of?
Yeah, like usually you don't know. Like you don't live close enough.
Yeah.
So you would just like rehearse the day of, or you guys will link up before. Say, you want to do this, we should do that, and yeah. Some people.
Also, you guys write your own stuff.
Yeah.
usually just get a time limit.
Yeah, the time limit, and then who's like going over, who's winning, who's losing, you'll get. But everything else you do.
Who would you say around that you're closest to, like the other wrestlers? Like maybe someone who you spent the most time there with, who've been
Like-
as long as you?
Like wrestling in the ring, or
Yeah,
like friend, like outside the ring.
Oh no, like wrestlers in the ring that like someone else who watches the show would know.
Oh man, in the ring right now, Logan Black and Darius Carter. Yeah. So it's gonna say they're two different styles.
Which is good too. 'Cause
Yeah. Like Darius, I could look at and I go like, I know what you're thinking, bro. And he's like, yeah. And then we'll talk and I'll be like, oh my god. And it's like we're doing that. Logan, I would have to talk more. We sit down and more like kind of map it out. We're like serious about it. Darius is more like, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna do that. I really do. Yeah.
Good, Brizzy.
I
One
know
more
that,
after this.
I understand that wrestling as well as training for yourself, excuse me, and you know your other job takes a lot of time. How do you balance everything with that in your personal life?
I don't know. Like yesterday, I had 3 clients in the morning, and then I went home, fed my dog and cat, and went to the beach. And then went back home, fed them, and went back to the gym. 3 more people. I don't know. I just do it. I just find the time.
Do you get tired of doing
Oh,
the same thing?
no.
No.
I get tired, but not tired of doing the same thing.
Okay.
Like training people?
Yeah.
No. There's always something new. You get like a new client, and they hit their goals, and it's exciting. It's like, oh yeah, it's great. So it's rewarding. You know, someone who lose weight or someone who couldn't do something, do it.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I don't get bored.
Champagne and then Baroa, and then we're done.
Has there been like a fan that's come up to you and like really made you feel good about what you were doing, or made you feel like what you were doing is worth
Yeah, there was maybe like recently, a few months ago, one of the months, he was like, yo, I saw your first match with so and so in Long Island. And I was like, wow. He was like, yo, you look great. And I'm like, it hit me in the feels. I was like, oh, that's cool. Then he bought a picture. And I was like, oh.
Even better?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Alright, so you say you're scared of heights, but since you want to travel the world, do you...
I hate airplanes. I hate going to security. I hate the anxiety.
You want to go to Mexico, you want to go to Japan and all that, but it's like, what's to say that if you were to actually incorporate a couple of high-flying moves because you can do it, or they train you, or you learn from someone, like, do you have your mind open to that idea?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta drop your nuts and do it. Like, I don't want a backflip, I'm fine, let's do it.
I mean, it's like we've talked about this before, like with your writing. You guys may be feature writers, but you may have to be news writers in the beginning before you can get to that. It's the same way, like, talk about somebody like Randy Orton. When he first started, he was doing all this high-flying stuff, you know, splashes, the overdrive, which he never did right anyway. But then he had a conversation with somebody, and they're like, yo, you don't need to do all that. You just need to tone it down. And you have to kind of, like, find yourself. And that's, I think, where he's at now. He knows things that he can do well, but he's still, you know, always adapting.
It's always going to be a learning process, you know? I don't know what, like, all you guys' goals are, but if you guys are trying to write for, like, big companies, like, stick to what you know, do that the best you can, you know? So.
Okay,
I
last
just want to
question.
ask a small thing. You know how John Cena has this and Orton has this? Do you have anything?
I don't know, I just throw up my hand for the 5-5.
What? All right, we're good. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you guys.